Hello, do you like New Japan Pro Wrestling? Are you a Shin Nihon freak? If so, check out the Super J-Cast with Joel and Damon on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network.
And even if you fucking hate New Japan Pro Wrestling, listen to the Super J-Cast anyway. Not just for our great show reviews, analysis, and pastrami sandwiches, but there's also usually some dick jokes somewhere in the obligatory opening 30 minutes of absolute nonsense we chat about every single week. That's the Super J-Cast for all the best talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, crisps, and pornography.
This podcast is a member of the Voices of Wrestling Podcasting Network. Visit voicesofwrestling.com to hear the rest of our great podcasts, as well as show reviews, columns, opinions, and updates across the world of wrestling.
Here we go!
You're listening to the Emerald Flow Show on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network.
Welcome to episode 108 of the Emerald Flow Show. We're a podcast on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network. You can follow us on all of your favorite podcast apps. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, and you can follow us on social media like Instagram, X, and Blue Sky. And you could donate to the show at voicesofwrestling.com/donate if you're feeling generous. And that's always greatly appreciated. I'm Gerard, back with Paul. And Paul, how's it going?
Pretty nicely. It's good weather right now, and it's a Friday that we're recording, so I got off work early, and that's always very nice.
Well, I'm melting because we have this insane heat wave, and it might be some of the hottest weather I've ever experienced with like humidex of 40.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we actually had that last weekend.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Europe
we had 40.
Yeah.
We had 40 here last weekend. Yeah, no, like it was like we had it Saturday and Sunday last week, and it was pretty rough. Like on Sunday, literally, I had to like get out of my apartment at like 6 p.m. because it just got too stuffy. Where I started feeling like I'm actually gonna start choking basically. And I was like, well, it's only 36 degrees now, so I guess I can bear that. And it's like, Jesus Christ, this is bad.
And now we're going to spend the next 3 hours talking about air conditioning discourse between North America and Europe. No, but seriously, we have a few things to get to. One thing that we really wanted to talk about. But first, I would also like to thank everyone that reached out to me, actually, because a couple people did. I am feeling fine now. I just transitioned medicines, and the doctor said, you might feel tired and groggy for a couple of days. That's all it was. That's why I missed the last episode. So no biggie, nothing shocking, no allergic reaction or anything. I am perfectly fine, but thank you for reaching out. But then we have to go to, and Paul, you talked a little bit about it, but let's talk about the life and the career of Joe Doering, because this is why I wanted to come back, because I wanted to say my piece about his passing, because A, it's tragic, and B, he was like, I don't know. I mean, I think he's one of the most underrated wrestlers of the 21st century. I think that's a reasonable thing to say, actually.
Yeah, no, I think that's very fair. And also like kind of like a cornerstone of All Japan throughout like a really like turbulent period of their existence as well.
Yes. He came back from his brief sojourn to Florida Championship Wrestling and then went right back into the main event, basically all through the 2010s up until his first cancer diagnosis was it 2016 or 2017?
I
think came
yeah.
back in 2017 or left in 2017, but he was out a year for that first one, and then still came back, won the Triple Crown again, and everything like that. What surprised me the most is I'm not surprised at the sort of outpouring that he got from the other Japanese wrestlers. Like I thought, like Zeus and Jun Akiyama had very nice posts about him. And it's not that other wrestlers thought of him as a very nice guy, because I saw many wrestlers, even ones that were like, I even saw like Byron Saxton, of all people, who was just, briefly shared some time with Joe in Florida Championship Wrestling, praised him as such a nice guy, right? And I think that's a testament to the kind of person he was. All of these wrestlers that just briefly crossed his path have such nice things to say about him. But I was surprised by how many fans, given sort of, All Japan's relative niche status, especially when he was at his peak in the company. I mean, there were far fewer eyeballs on All Japan then than there are now.
This was, really, like, a good chunk of his peak was before All Japan, like, because I think we kind of have to take into consideration that a fair few of the people that are listening actually came into All Japan after, or really only know All Japan as like this promotion that is All Japan TV. So you have like this regular easy access to everything. It's like no good chunk of like Joe's peak within the promotion is prior to that. So like we do have a lot of footage of him, but like not everything. And sometimes it took a long ass time to actually get that footage as well. And it's probably quite hard to get it these days as well.
Yes, it is. Not as much stuff as on YouTube, although I would argue that some of his best matches are still out there. Quite easy to find if you want to. But I would even say that there were more Kento, even before like that brief period between like 2016, 2017 and the part of 2018, because All Japan TV started in sometime in 2018. I can't remember if it was beginning of the year or I think it was like mid or late of year. And the Zeus versus Kento matches were some of the first matches that got aired on it. But, there was an uptick in that brief period, I think, of eyeballs on All Japan from Kento, even before All Japan TV started. That was like, and that also coincides with Joe leaving because of cancer, his first bout with cancer. So, and then he comes back and, he's not quite as, everything happened and he's not quite as good as he was. And then, even before he left, for whatever that was, we don't know. And of course, didn't in the pandemic hit. I mean, his shoulder was really bothering him in the last couple of months of his All Japan run in like the Real World Tag League in 2019 and everything like that, when he teamed with Jun Akiyama. So he was slowing down a bit. He did actually get into great shape when he showed up in Impact / TNA. And he actually had a very underrated run there. Having a decent match with Doc Gallows of all people, as well as Kojima and Josh Alexander. Those are my 3 Joe Doering and Impact recommendations.
I mean, that Josh Alexander match is like literally like right up there. It's like one of his best matches ever, to be quite honest.
That was his last match too.
Was it his last match? Really?
I believe so, or one of his last matches before the cancer came back, right?
Because double check that. No, he had his last ever match was a match against one called Mandas in Revolver.
Oh well,
but it is up there. Like it's seventh, basically, like a 7th last match, essentially.
Yeah. So there was sort of that, and don't forget, like a week or two before when his cancer diagnosis came back in 2022, he was scheduled to face Jake Lee at the 50th anniversary show.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I had actually completely forgotten about.
And
and then they had to pull him, and then they put in Nomura instead,
who beat Jake in 90 seconds or whatever.
In 90 seconds, yeah.
I'm still convinced that the booking would have been the same, and Joe would have beaten Jake in 90 seconds and then lost to Kento the next day.
Oh, I think that's absolutely. Yeah. No, that was pretty clear that was probably always the plan. Like, because like you're not gonna like put somebody else into that slot and then give him this kind of like win if that wasn't like your plan for like the original guy. That doesn't make any sense, basically.
Yeah. Now, I guess the question is, would Joe have squashed Jake too?
Yes.
Well, squash maybe is a strong word. It was a flash pin from Nomura, but would Joe have squash Jake?
I mean, he probably would have squashed him like even more. Or probably just would have like lariated him and then just pinned him immediately.
Oh, see, look what we lost.
Yeah.
But I got totally sidetracked because what I was going to say is what surprised me the most was the fan outpouring, not the Japanese fans, I mean, but like the international Puro fan base, for lack of a better term. I was shocked with how many people actually like watched Joe like top matches and were following All Japan in that period that have now sort of come back to talk about him, right? That really surprised me. It was actually quite heartwarming, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like there's some sort like Discord service that I'm in that have like they aren't like wrestling focused in the slightest, but they have like like a wrestling like thread basically to like talk about it. And generally they're the people I would generally put into like a more like casual thing where like yes, some of them watch Puro, but not like I would say like they don't really go super deep or anything like that. So and even there, like people were like talking about Joe. Which really surprised me. Like I was like, oh wow, I didn't realize that like you guys even knew who like Joe Doering was.
Yeah, exactly. I was shocked and everything like that. And that was really nice to see. But I mean, part of that was because there was nobody else doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
When he was doing it, basically, right? I mean, New Japan didn't really have any big guys, and if it was Doc Gallows or do you remember Strong Guy?
Who was Strong Guy?
What's the name? John Anderson or something?
I have zero memory.
he was some American roided up guy that teamed with Nakanishi at one point.
I mean, probably, but I have completely stricken this from my memory.
This would have been like late aughts, I guess, I think, if I remember correctly. But, and then like, Noah didn't really have any big guys, I don't think, especially once Bison Smith passed away, right? And even on the native side, Morishima, retired and everything like that. So I mean, I
guess if you want to count Quiet Storm, but not really.
No. I'm sorry
for that.
You must be at least you must be at least 6'2" to ride here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Like he's wide enough, but not tall enough.
Yes, his arms are big enough, but no, he's not tall enough. But I mean, it's a really just like it's always sort of shocking that this was once it was a staple of pro wrestling everywhere, but particularly in Japan. And it's just crazy how he's not a guy, or that's not a thing anymore, right? Like, he was a throwback.
I mean, it's a bit more now. I think it's just also because just the kind of guys that were like coming up through like the American indie scene back then, right? Because I think that's also because I think a part also was like the differences of like where these guys were like getting recruited from. Because it used to be that basically it's just like people that washed out of football would then like go into wrestling. And you still have some of those cases, but it's more like people that grew up being wrestling fans as teenagers would then go into wrestling. And no offense, those generally aren't star football players. Are like the kind of guy that stays a wrestling fan as a teenager generally isn't a star football player.
They're all 5'9".
Yeah. And look, like it's not like I'm very much including myself in this. Like I don't know, like some sort of like super athlete or whatever. Like very averagely height at like 174 and everything. But like like that's what I mean. Where it's like it's probably more like guys like me that went into wrestling rather than guys like Joe Doering. And I think it's changed a bit more now, where like you do have a few more like guys like this again, like I mean, a perfect example of that is like the guy he had his last match against, one called Mandas, right?
Yeah,
like that, like he's kind of like a similar guy like that. But like you have a few more of those now. Like it's not as much as it used to be, but I think it's not like a case like it was for like Joe during his prime, where he was like the only guy that was like that.
Yeah, for sure, especially in Japan. Although I mean, as we've said many times in the show, like All Japan has always sort of kept that flame alive. They rebuilt it a bit. They've cycled through a few large guys, and now they have Talos and Saitos and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's what Joe represents. But I don't see, except for Talos, I just don't see any other Joes on the horizon.
You mean that are coming into Japan? I mean, that's also the problem.
Or anywhere,
because a lot
even.
of people. I mean, they kind of get like sucked into like the performance center where they learn a bad way to wrestle and then don't want to go and grind on the indies afterwards, so they just kind of disappear again.
Well, I mean, and I think that I'm an absolute defender of Callan Newman and Drilla Maloney, but it's clear that New Japan is now transfixed on more, shall we say, Osprey influenced foreigners.
I mean, the one I will give pushback on is Oleg Bolton. I think Oleg Bolton.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Kind of falling into that category, right? Where he's like, he's a big, ugly luck who hits you hard.
Yeah.
Like, obviously not quite, obviously different character, because it would be weird for Oleg Bolton to play a cowboy, but...
well, Central Asia.
Yeah, I mean, they ride on the steps as well, I guess. But
you could be like a Tatar gimmick or something. I don't know.
Well, they already have that. It's Great Okan, so they can't actually.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So and I mean, it's still. I don't know. The jury is still out on how far New Japan is going to go with Bolton.
Yeah. No. I mean, that's very fair. Yeah. I don't think it's like he's getting to that level that like Joe got and like All Japan. Like, I don't think he's gonna like win the like IWGP heavyweight title.
No, but I wouldn't say that this is his, like they've decided that this will be his ceiling or anything yet. I mean, that's still sort of,
it's still up in the air. Yeah,
it's still up in the air. I mean, they're giving him stuff, and that's fair. But yeah, Noah, I mean, not really either. They
Inamura, I think. I mean, Inamura is literally a cowboy.
Yeah, Inamura is a cowboy, but also their foreigners have been, like Jack Morris and that type, right?
Yeah. They don't really bring in like, big ugly lugs. They don't really do that.
Yeah,
I mean, they had presentable.
They had their almost, and they've got their null.
Yeah. Although that's unclear what's happened there. Null's gone again.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he only came in for short bursts anyway. But he's also very like new in the business, and it's a work in progress. But speaking of what happened there, what's going on with Jack Morris, like just working IWRG?
Yeah, I guess it's probably, I would assume he's trying to get into AAA but it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know why they're not it. Like, I don't know why WWE isn't seemingly interested in him, because he's literally perfect for them. I don't understand it.
By WWE standards?
Maybe, but it's not like he has to look like they have brought in other guys that are shorter than him even. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know, like if they didn't bring you in after the Omos team, where like, again, if you remember what he looked like back then, where he like literally looked like he hadn't seen a carp in like months. And if they don't pick you up after that, I'm sorry, like I just don't think it's ever gonna happen.
And nothing from AEW, not even like a dark match or a job spot. It's boggling. This is when I start getting into which promoter's wife did he sleep with, or who's like
something's up here.
Bully, or something like that. Like, does he have a bad rep of some kind? It's just boggling that he doesn't get something. I mean, even TNA.
Yeah, TNA also. Yeah, it's like it doesn't make sense that like nobody is interested in him, seemingly.
And he's working in I guess technically the number 3 company in Mexico.
I guess it has to be because it gets pretty bad pretty quickly after the big 2.
I mean, it depends how you want. I mean, there's like regular promotions in Tijuana that can draw. So I don't know if IWRG is just really still Nakalpan, right? They don't tour or anything.
I think they pretty much just run there.
So
yeah, it's all like all of all of his IWG matches are in an arena in Okopan.
Yeah, so it is kind of baffling on that. But anyway, back to Joe, and his sort of influence, which I think is fair to say, looking back, more significant than people give him credit for, just being one of the only few guys doing what he was doing in this time period and in the odds, and which is why I say he is one of the most underrated wrestlers of the 21st century, right? Just completely unfair, overlooked. Whatever happened in WWE, I mean, because WWE put on some, I mean, they put on Festus on their television in that time period that was not that far away from when Joe would have been in Florida Championship Wrestling. So it is a little surprising that he didn't even make, like, I mean, this was an era when Vince was still putting on some absolute shitty large men on TV.
And he didn't even last a year there in development.
Yeah. So that's sort of that's sort of interesting, right?
Yeah. It's just like nothing really, but yeah, I mean, but I think like for like All Japan specifically, because he was such a constant, right?
Yeah.
He was like, because it was like really like, again, a very turbulent time period for All Japan as it really was for like, I mean, yeah, the 2010s. I mean, I think the 2010s just as a whole, while he was there, which is his main period, like it was just this like very turbulent promotion, lots of roster turnover and everything, like both on the foreigner and the like native side as well. And he just kind of was there throughout like most of it as like, like the tag team, like the like Suwama's like tag team partner and everything.
Yeah.
To like really like Evolution, like as much as we now like associate, like as much as we joke about everybody leaves and joins like Evolution, like Evolution is both Suwama's but also Joe Doering's faction.
Yes,
like,
more
on
so
a fundamental level in terms of like style and everything.
Yeah,
like there is no Evolution without him.
Back then it was Sato, Aoki, and then Joe and Suwama.
Yeah,
and then Super Tiger occasionally.
Yes, that technically was also the case.
Which is very funny in hindsight, but yeah, I mean that was the key thing. Again, like also a great tag worker. We cannot forget that.
Yeah,
with a number of
different partners.
Tag teams.
Him and Suwama.
Him and Bruno won a Real World Tag League.
Yeah.
And then him and Suwama was his best team, I think. There's no doubt in my mind. And then, I mean, he had his, of course, with Dylan James. That guy, remember him?
I mean, okay, I obviously, like, Dylan James, horrible human being. But, like, that match against the Violent Giants, from the Real World Tag League, that was really fucking good. That's the thing.
Of course it was. And also, Dylan James not kicked out of All Japan for the near criminal things he did.
Yes, no, I think pretty soon afterwards as well. Like,
but for other reasons, yes, I think that was in 2019 and everything like that. So he has his legacy there as well with the singles matches. So what are
building up Kento, like being like a part of the rise of Kento as well?
Sure, right? Absolutely.
Because he was like, because basically like the two things that like Kento were like put in front of Kento to like overcome were like Suwama and Joe, and then
Shuji Ishikawa.
Shuji Ishikawa, yeah, Shuji Ishikawa later then, because like obviously Joe was like out with like his first like bout of cancer at the time. And then Suwama like tore his ACL and all of that. So they had to put Zeus into that slot and all of that. But like that was the original plan, was basically Kento overcomes like Suwama and Joe. And they did do that later, right? Like when they like hot potatoed that title around. And that, like, I think that was them basically catching up on that storyline that they had wanted to do like a couple of years earlier.
Yes. It's funny that Kento turned out so successfully, because all of his big opponents got injured, right?
Yes.
Yama got injured, had to vacate the title, so Kento won the vacant title decision match against Zeus. And then, of course, Joe had his first bout of cancer like a year later, which also took away a major sort of someone that was supposed to help put over Kento. But hey, Kento still did it.
Yeah. And then the guy they wanted to build up as his like generational rival constantly got injured as well and didn't get over.
Sorry, who?
Right? Like Jake.
Oh, Jake, right.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant with Kento, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, not Joe. Like, sorry, I meant
I was like Joe's generation.
No. I did like the fact that like Kento made it like basically like it, literally against like all of the like forces of the universe arrayed against him is actually a miracle.
Yeah, although I mean, by the time they were like, let's make Jake his generational rival, Kento was already pretty established, I think.
Oh yeah.
They just needed someone because it was clear that Suwama and Ishikawa were like on the door of 50 years old.
Yeah, so you had to like do something. You had to find something else there. Yeah,
and I think at that, but yeah, because Nomura was gone, injured by then.
Yeah,
because he gets injured like right before the pandemic starts.
Yes, no, because they had that like amazing like match like at the beginning of the year, right? And then was it late 2019 or early 2020? I don't remember the exact. No, I think it was in 2020. Yeah, I think basically he has that great match with Kento, and then he immediately gets like injured and like basically like retires more or less.
Yeah, which is a shame, but yeah. So I mean, it is sort of, if we actually break that history down, if Kento, he not only does he get over despite all of his opponents or possible rivals being injured. Let's not forget he was also saddled with Yoshitatsu, the tag team.
Oh yeah, and he made it work.
yeah, it wasn't a bad tag team. I just had to get that joke in and everything like that. So what's the Joe Doering canon for you then, Paul?
I think the chalk pick for like best match is the match with Shiozaki, right?
Yes.
Like the Triple Crown match, like that one is tremendous. Like it's just such a good like I've been saying for like the last little while in general, like this just Go Shiozaki as the tragic hero is like best Go Shiozaki, and this is like prime like tragic hero, like Go Shiozaki actually managing to like overcome like Joe Doering and everything.
A couple of points here that I think are classic Shiozaki. This is his like second challenge in a row because he lost to Joe in October.
Yeah,
2014,
which they made like part of the video of like the video package and everything.
Also, at this point, Go Shiozaki had almost been a member of the All Japan roster for 2 years and still had not won the Triple Crown title yet, despite half of the company leaving.
Yeah, and it was literally like
just
we
like
literally have nobody else. Yeah,
but but they, for whatever reason, decided to stay loyal to Suwama, who, I mean, hold it too long is not fair because this is still Suwama in his peak. Yeah. But he had to make Go.
Yeah, no, and then instead they waited
like, too long, and then like his title reign was 3 or 4 months, and he lost to Akebono.
Yeah, which wasn't very good. Yeah, and then he leaves the company.
Oh, Akebono, another guy that never got to put over Kento.
Yeah, because that was the original, right? I think that was the original plan. Yeah, and then he left and formed Odu. Yeah,
Kings Road or whatever, or Odu. Yeah, Road. Yeah. That didn't even last long because of his health, but
yeah. I don't think he even wrestled there.
There was a
like I think they still did like 1 or 2 shows, but I don't think I think by the time they ran shows, he was too sick to even wrestle, which is very like it's just that one is also a sad situation.
Yeah. Speaking of sad situations, we just mentioned him, but I forgot to bring this up because I saw like a social media post recently. Naoya Nomura hasn't wrestled since the end of March, and last social media post I saw from not too long ago, the man was farming. So, which is a popular activity for wrestlers that stop wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, what? Good for him.
Here it is. I see the tweet. I planted 300 sweet potato seedlings. Hashtag sweet potato. Hashtag Benny Haruka. Hashtag sweet potato field.
Jesus. Okay, so he's a sweet potato farmer now. I mean, okay, you know what? Like, given his injury, like history, I think that's probably for the best.
Oh, there's more. This is back in April, so this is only a few weeks from his last match. Yesterday, we successfully finalized the contract for the sweet potato field. We were set to start sweet potato farming in May. So
it sounds like he wanted to have that final match and then was gonna call it anyway.
Who's to say? But he's busy with the sweet potatoes, so maybe he'll be wrestling in the winter.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, maybe they're gonna bring him in for like Noah's gonna like redo the bumper crop show, and they're gonna bring him in just for that as an expert.
He'll hand some sweet potatoes to Suwaba after the back.
Yeah, yeah, they can do it at that market in Suwama's hometown.
So yes, the Go versus Joe match, Gojo was is the chalk pick, but I want to nominate Go Shiozaki and Jun Akiyama versus Joe Doering and Suwama from June 2nd, 2013, which was right on the, was it the last? No, it was not the last show before the split, but it was like one of the last shows before the split.
The Muto people like left to form.
Yeah, the Muto people leaving. To me, I think I actually might like that match more than Go versus Joe. But to me, it was like one of the closest matches to like 90s All Japan you can think of. Well, I mean, look at some of the people involved.
No. I mean, you're right. Yeah.
And also Go wrestles that style perfectly. Yeah. So yeah, I really, if you haven't seen it, and it's easy to find.
I was about to say that one is on YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, it is on YouTube, so you can find it. And I talked about, you can go back to the archives of Alan Forel's Pro Wrestling Paradise, because I just raved about that match when we did our little retrospective on the burning invasion of All Japan. I don't know, at least probably 2 years ago at this point. We recorded that, maybe even longer ago. Actually, quite possibly longer ago, coming on 3 years, now that I think of it. But yeah, I mean, that's just an incredible match, and one of the forgotten tag matches of the 2010s in an era that, didn't have a lot of tag matches, especially in Japan, because, well, everybody stopped giving a shit, kind of, except for All Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, All Japan, like, that's the fit. I mean, that was really kind of All Japan's kind of like feature, right? Like, or like their like unique feature in that time period really was that they were the one promotion that gave a shit about like heavyweight tag team wrestling, because nobody else did.
No, New Japan sort of now, but I think
now,
do you think that once the Knockout Brothers are broken up and Yuto gets his inevitable singles run, like they'll even give a shit about the tag team titles?
No, because I would argue they were kind of a promotion carried by the heavyweight tag team titles for like the last year and a half, like probably more like the last 2 years. Right? Like, because like they have kept teams together a lot longer. Like you had like Bishamon like at the top of the promotion there, right? Like you had like,
I don't think Bishamon is getting the card placement that the Knockout Brothers were, though.
Oh yeah, okay, not in that way, but they definitely were, like, in terms of match quality, it had gotten a lot better. Right, like with Bishamon, like that's, I think, maybe more like, obviously not card placement. I don't think they're ever gonna be, because I think, like, regardless of which one, if it's junior or heavyweight tag wrestling, like that one just doesn't get like top billing ever in New Japan, like excluding like the Knockout Brothers. But at least you had like good matches. Like they, like very often, like the Bishamon match was like the best match on the card.
Yeah,
which wasn't really which definitely was not an occurrence during like the 2010s like New Japan peak. Like more the opposite, but like that was generally the weakest match on the card was the heavyweight tag match.
Now in Noah's case, they're a little better about putting stars with the tag team titles. So the problem is that title has become the ultimate hot potato. You have a more hot potato title in wrestling though over the last 6-7 years.
I will say, like, they definitely had a very underrated tag scene. Like, right, like when we started the podcast, I think like that was really one of the like hidden strengths of Noah, was like their like heavyweight tag division. And now it's just kind of up and down basically, and then sometimes it is up and down for like months. Where it's just like, do these titles still exist? Where it's just like, oh yeah, like Takashi Sugura and Masaki Tamiya just not defending the titles for like 3 months and then losing them to Hank and Tank.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously another chalk pick obviously is going to be Joe Doering versus Zeus from January 1st, 2018.
Yeah.
Classic Show Me Power.
Yes. No. Yeah. No. That one is very much like, well, if you just want two people just kind of like running into each other and just hitting each other really hard, that one is right up there.
I thought that Zeus of all people had one of the sweetest posts after.
Oh God, yeah, that one nearly made me cry.
Yes, Zeus is clearly more of a sweetheart than I think people might think.
Yeah.
I mean, the man runs a promotion aimed at children, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like, who knows if he like softened up because of that, or if he actually always was this kind of.
I think he
kind of strikes me. He strikes me like a guy that always was a softie. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything like that. Or also, Jun Akiyama posted those parties of him and Joe and like the bodyguard smoking cigars, and I'm like, damn, I wish I was there.
Oh God, yeah. Like this seemed like such like basically like I would say like Zeus and like Joe seemed like amazing people to just go and have a beer with, you know, where you just go and you're just like, okay, like let's just shoot the shit basically for like 2 hours while we like pound back like 5 beers.
Yeah, and we never found out the mystery of Joe Doering. Like, did he actually fully leave All Japan at the end of 2019? What was the reason? I mean, we only have speculation.
I mean, his body was kind of in rough shape.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? And the first bit, because he popped up in Impact in what 2021.
Yeah,
and so he had like a year. I'm looking here, and his Impact is January 1st, 2021. So he was there sooner than I remember. But the point is, he took some time off, obviously in the pandemic, and I don't blame him not wanting to go back to Japan.
Yeah,
do the 14-day isolation.
Yeah. And also, again, like as a guy who had, like, I don't think the cancer had come. Obviously, the cancer hadn't.
No, it doesn't come back until 2022, and he'd been working on it.
Exactly. But it's still like he had to recovered from it and everything. Like, you definitely don't want to be out there during like a massive pandemic. Like the whole there are just like long-term damages from like the treatment that just leave your like immune system weaker. So I very much understand why he wouldn't was just like no. I'm gonna take time off until this shit settles down.
This is not being some sort of one of those weird cancer cranks that be like do your naturopathic stuff, but like if you're weak, like the chemo can kill you because of how strong it is. Yeah. You do your chemotherapy. Don't take your like green smoothie to cure cancer, folks. I'm not advocating. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, but that shit is insanely strong. Like my mom actually used to like manufacture that stuff. Like that shit's like I know what's in there. Like that.
That's why your hair falls out.
Like exactly. There's a reason why like you also space it out, right? Like that's the other reason why like you aren't just constantly on like chemotherapy, because that would literally just kill you. That's why you have to like basically like have to do it in waves, because it's the only way of like doing it like safely, essentially.
So, but I mean, at the time, I think we even speculated there was rumors going around that like Big Suge took the book, and he was not as big on Joe as Akiyama was once Akiyama left. I have no clue how true that is. Although there might be something to Akiyama leaving to that. I have no clue. I feel like
it was a notable like changeover in foreigners around that time.
Yeah, that's true. Although, I mean, Joe's a little different. He's not Josh Bodum
or Joel Redmond
who eventually came back. Or do you remember what was his name? Was it Danny Jones?
Yeah. Was it Danny Jones? Was he there during that time?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, but he's another one. Yeah, that's also. No, actually, wait. I just saw a name as well. Wait, let me see if I can find that. Which that's actually a name I had forgotten about. Am I blind? Oh yeah, I am blind. Dalton Drellick.
Oh yeah.
It's like the Terry Funk guy the Dory Funk guy that basically Dory like logged out, like basically was like the guy carrying the bags for Dory Funk.
Dory is, what's incredible is that like there are many great wrestlers that have passed through the halls of the Funkin' Academy. Like I believe that Dory did also some training of The Rock and everything like that, if I'm not mistaken. But the actual wrestlers that he would latch onto and push on his own were all shit.
Well, yeah, because he was basically he wanted guys that were as boring as him. That's
yes. And like all the good wrestlers that came on through his doors, like they just went out on his own, or were only at like a finishing school, right?
No, he's good for like I said, he has like very good like technical, like his technical wrestling is like very like technically sound and everything. Like if you want somebody to really like polish, if you really want to polish that part of your game, Dory is absolutely the guy for you. It's just that a bit lacking in the charisma department.
Yeah. You go to the fucking academy, you get recorded by Marty Funk on the iPad. Yeah, but it's always just funny. I always think of that when I think of Dory. It's like some of your guys that you push are just, and I say this, and I say this with all due respect to Osamu Nishimura, who I love and I've always put over as another great underrated wrestler, but he was like the most charismatic guy that Dory Funk ever pushed.
Yeah, that's true. It's, like I said, also love me some Osamu Nishimura, but like definitely not like a charisma machine, but yeah, definitely more than like the other Dory students.
Yeah. So, any other Joe matches that you think are underrated?
Yeah, so that's actually because I was like going through it, and actually I think the footage for that should be out there as well. Is the match that he had in the 2017 Carnival with Daisuke Sekimoto.
Yes, that is a good match.
Like that one, like that's the other one, like similar to like the Zeus match, where it's just like, two like just big slabs of meat just like crashing into each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one, because that one is also like, that one is like pretty short. Like that's like in and out, like it's 6:42. Like I'm very certain the footage is out there, but yeah, no, I definitely remember that match being really, really fucking fun from that tournament. I mean, that tournament in general is really good, but I really, really love like that specific one.
Yeah, one of the big shames in all of this is that I don't see or remember a big Joe Doering versus Yuji Okabayashi match.
No, like yeah, I mean there is like but I'm pretty sure I saw I mean there is the Suwama and Doering versus the Strong BJ match though.
Yes,
that is a match that's out there.
Yeah, Paul, I just saw this and I cannot get this one out of my head. How well do you remember the 2011 Real World Tag League?
2011, not super well, to be quite honest.
Listen to this match. Daisuke Sekimoto and Yuji Okabayashi versus Joe Doering and Big Daddy.
Oh God!
Big Daddy
Jesus Christ! Yeah, that's Viscera.
Yes. Damn, that's crazy. I forgot all about that. I remember Big Daddy in All Japan. I just forget that they
teamed during a Real World Tag League. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a match that I don't even know if I've ever seen. I might have. That I need to go hunt down. This is it was taped because the main event of the show was a carnival match between Tanahashi and Muto from 2008 Carnival, right? With the famous Tanahashi versus Suwama final. So this stuff is all out there. But we got a Kensuke Sasaki versus Joe Doering match on this show.
Oh Jesus.
And it only lasted 8 minutes, but I mean these guys could do their thing in 8 minutes, let me tell you.
Oh yeah. Actually, I'm just currently looking through like Joe's like partners in the Real World Tag League. Yeah, and it's very much like it's such a like random assortment of people, basically, right? Like you obviously had him, like obviously him and like Muto won it, And then like obviously he was in there with Suwama, as we just talked about. He teamed with like Big Daddy. He teamed with Akiyama for like his final one.
Yeah, I remember that. That's when he was like he was noticeably in there.
Yeah.
Joe Doering and Taru in 2009.
Joe Doering and Taru, yeah. Well, because that was like when he was like in Voodoo Murderers.
Joe Doering and Zodiac.
Yeah, Aaron Aguilera, like Jesus Christ.
And
then all Japan's fucking like foreigners back then were like absolute random ass grab bag of like just people that were like willing to go to Japan.
Another thing
they still are now, but you know.
Another thing that I guess is a bit of a what happened there was how come Joe didn't go to Wrestle 1?
Oh yeah, because he came in through Muto.
Yeah, he came in through Muto. Muto took a liking to him and pushed him right off the bat, right? When, Joe was Joe stood out compared to a lot of the other foreigners, but he still wasn't his polished product until like the 2010s, I'd say.
I mean, maybe it was a similar thing to like, where like Hansen stayed behind during the Noah, like right?
Some of the guys, I was gonna say, they don't necessarily involve themselves in their business, but some of the guys did. Vader left, Scorpio left in that split. Aaron Aguilera went to Wrestle 1, didn't he?
Yeah.
Rene Dupree
did, yeah. I mean, maybe because at that point he was already like, like teaming with Suwama and everything.
Yeah, here's the thing, and again, this is all just 100% speculation, but he was in All Japan in a way that all the other foreigners really weren't. So it's a little different if Rene Dupree and Aaron Aguilera leave to go somewhere else to get a check, whereas this is like Joe's like full-time job, basically. Yeah, right?
No, I think that's definitely like it probably had gotten closer to Akiyama as well.
Yep.
So it might have also been like, like some like loyalty to Akiyama where he's just
Akiyama wanted to keep him.
He probably promised him like a push as well.
Akiyama was like, I don't give a shit about Rene Dupree or Aaron Aguilera. But
I'm keeping Joe Doering, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and everything like that. Suwama also stayed too, right?
Yeah.
And he was their tag partner.
Yeah. So that's why I feel like it's probably like, and again, I because then afterwards, like he started getting like pushed a lot more as well. So this is also like, right, like it can also just be like a case of like, he felt a lot of loyalty towards like All Japan and the guys that stayed there, but also because like a bunch of people just left, that now opens up spots that might not have been available to him prior to that. Yeah. So now he was like, okay, this is actually like, if I stay here, there's now a chance for me to actually become like, a top guy. And he did. Yeah, exactly. He made absolutely the correct call. Like 110%.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Another thing is he would not, he's a great wrestler, but it also takes two to tango, and he fitted in better in All Japan than he would have in Wrestle 1. I mean, there's a Kai versus Joe Doering Triple Crown match out there. It's fine.
Yeah.
but it's nothing spectacular compared to some of the other work that Joe did in All Japan. So he didn't miss much, right?
No.
Like, was he going to do who would have been that? Like, was he going to have like 20 matches against Kono? Like,
I mean, that's the other thing. Like, Wrestle 1 also never really like pushed like a foreigner to like the top, right? Like, I don't think.
No, they would bring them in, but they would not
bring them in, but not make them like champions ever.
Now
I'm just looking through it. No, like it's Kono is the first one, then Muto, Kai, Hideki, Kai again, Soya, Hino, Kai again, Daiki Inaba, Kono again, Ashino, Soya, Ashino, T-Hawk, Inaba, Nakajima, and last champion is Kasayashi. So like he probably would have like peaked out at like tag team guy, like because I assume did Rene Dupree win that tag title? I would assume no, I don't think he.
I honestly don't think it would have been out of the realm of possibility that he wins the Wrestle 1 title had he gone, but I just don't think he would have been as good a career. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely not. Like match quality wise, it's definitely like again. Like, I don't think anybody here can fault him for staying. Like, I mean, and also, at least from my perspective, staying was the right decision anyway, because...
It was the right decision, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, though, about like.
Let's be honest, like the whole like you can think how you want. I think you can take like a bunch of different perspectives and positions on like the whole like original Noah split, but like Muto walking out and forming like Wrestle 1 was bullshit. Like that was even more of like a direct attempt to just kill all Japan than like even the Noah walkout was.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So any other matches that you could think of on your Joe canon?
I mean, like I said, as much as I hate recommending a Dylan James match, but like that Real World Tag League final is such a fucking good match. It's amazing.
I mean, let's be honest here. His best work after returning from cancer was in that tag team with Dylan James.
With Dylan James, it really was.
Yeah. He could still go. He could still have like I remember like 2019 Carnival, but you got to keep his back. Like, but at that point, he could still have a good like slobber knocker, but it had to be like 10 minutes or less.
Yeah. Yeah, like the match with the one that I talked about with Sakamoto, right? Like it was short.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of match that he had to have as like a singles guy, but like no, like in tag matches, he was still absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, here's Joe Doering versus Yoshitatsu. Oh, it's got 1 rating on Cage Match and it's a 3. Oh, this is a Triple Crown match. Pretty disappointing. I'm going to read this from Amari08. Oh, this was, my God, someone has been going through their Joe matches because this was just rated a couple days ago on June 26th. Well, that's cute. In that people are going through Joe's career, which is great. But I got to read this here. Pretty disappointing match for the Triple Crown title between Joe Doering and Yoshitatsu. The in-ring action is pretty poor. Nothing really interesting happened here. It felt so long, but the match was just 11 minutes long, which is not the Triple Crown title match at Korakuen Hall. And even with this short match, the pace of the match is very slow. Having Yoshitatsu in a world title challenge is not really serious, to be honest.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Yeah, Joe Doering is okay at that time. He had just returned a few months ago after his first cancer, but putting him against Yoshitatsu can help to have a good title defense. It's not clear. The crowd didn't care about this match, and I understand them very much because I think the same about this Triple Crown match. Damn.
That's rough.
So this is a Korakuen Hall from November 9th, 2017, drawing 1,241 fans, which, to be honest, with that match on top is actually not bad.
Yeah, it's because this is also like the old setup for Korakuen where you could actually draw way more than that.
Yeah.
But like it's not like today where it's like that's like 200 people off of what like an actual sellout in Korakuen is.
Yeah. Interesting. It's during the Junior Battle of Glory, and it's a really like nothing card except for that match, because you've got, listen to this one here. Junior Tag Battle of Glory 2017 match. Koji Iwamoto and Yusuke Okada defeat Black Spider and Black Tiger.
Oh gosh.
Black Tiger 7 as I click.
Yeah, Black Tiger 7, yeah. Whoever that is.
Yes. Opening match, Masanobu Fuji and Osamu Nishimura defeat Keiichi Sato and Kotaro Suzuki. We got some All Japan versus Wrestle 1 action here because we got Fuminori Abe, Naoya Nomura, Yohei Nakajima, and Yuma Miyagi defeating Andy Wu, Jiro Kuroshio, Koji Doi, and Sugataka Sato. One of the great forgotten tag teams, Atsushi Murayama and Masashi Takeda.
Oh, Jesus.
Defeat Atsushi Aoki and Hikaru Sato, 14:45. That actually could be the best match of the show.
That actually sounds actually kind of fun. I actually want to.
This might be the show because we got this. This is basically a Big Japan offer match because it is Daichi Hashimoto and Hideyoshi Kamitani defeat Daisuke Sakamoto and Takuya Nomura in 13:21.
Okay, but that one is probably That one is probably great.
Yeah,
that's probably a banger.
The semi-main event is a 10-man tag team match, which is like if
everybody else.
Come up with a pure 2017 All Japan match. Listen to this: Jun Akiyama, Kento Miyahara, Ryuji Sai, Takao Mori, and Zeus defeat Kai, Manabu Soya, Suji Ishikawa, Suwama, and to
Jake
Jiri.
Lee. Oh,
No,
okay.
he was injured, I think.
I was injured, okay.
He blew out his knee for the first time. I think this is when that was.
I mean, but yeah, that is basically just the entire rest of the roster in one match.
Yeah. When you start getting Sai and Tajiri, it's a certain era of All Japan for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy we have moved past that era.
Yes. So, I mean, that's Joe Doering. It is such a, I mean, it's so tragic. I mean, especially with how long he battled the cancer, and he has a family with children and everything like that. I'm not a guy that contacts or reaches out to wrestlers like some fans do, so I never did. But he definitely had his relationships with the fans, and everything like that. He was active in like the Real Hero circles and everything like that. Apparently, he listened to the Flagship,
which I'm actually not surprised by.
That was revealed in the VOW Discord actually after his death. So yeah, that doesn't completely surprise me either. But it was just a trip back to a different time that had its negatives. Like everything other than Joe in a lot of ways were negative.
But not a big fan of Super Tiger.
But he was, also a very underrated part of holding that company together, especially after the Wrestle One split.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I don't think like if he's not there, like that's like a big part of like the main event scene of the promotion, kind of missing at like the time period. Yeah, especially in that couple years between Wrestle One split and Kento Rising, right? Because that's a pretty dry. There's nothing else there. Yeah.
There's nothing else there. In part, like as we mentioned, Go was handled horribly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another what a mistake. Poor Go. Although, things are things would have.
We got a like redemption for that one at least.
We're on like this is what Go's third redemption tour.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I mean, there was maybe that was only a second, but there was obviously let's think about it. I mean, the first real redemption was sort of the return to Noah. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Second redemption was that. I mean, it's an all-time title run.
The title run in the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is an all-timer. I mean, my God, if that wasn't during the pandemic, people would be comparing that to Kibashi's reign, I think.
Yeah, but like that shot from like the New Year's show of him versus Nakajima is like one of my all-time favorite like pictures in all of wrestling. It's so fucking good.
And then this is his next redemption tour, which is less about him winning big matches, and it seems more about him turning around a whole company.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't won the Triple Crown.
Shaking All Japan out of its funk.
It's funk, yeah. Like death to Pop and Light.
Yeah.
And yay to like blood and I don't know, whatever. Whatever you want to call it, right?
Tragedy.
Yeah. So that is the career of Joe Doering, and rest in peace. I mean, this is one of those ones like Aoki and everything. It just really shakes you, especially just how long and tragic it was and everything. And I mean, even though he was like on the back half of his career, like even if you just go to like right before like the cancer returned, he was on the downside of his career, but there were still things that I think that he would have done that we'd be talking about if he had stayed healthy too, right? He would have gone to All Japan and, face Kento again, and maybe he would have started working All Japan more, right? I mean, he could do that at that time in Impact. He probably could have done that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like where we were talking about, like right, that his body was kind of broken down. He left All Japan. It's like taking the pandemic off, like really did wonders for him. But you could see in.
I mean, he was still slower a bit in Impact, but
of course. But I mean, like
looking better than
he was over 40. Yeah.
Yeah. But he was looking better than he was in Impact, even against. I mean, like I said, like his match against Doc Gallows is. I don't know. I can't call
shockingly good. Yeah,
good, shockingly good. And everything like that. So there's that. So as we move on from that, Paul, let's talk about this interview with Tsuyoki, Fukuda, and Shupro I'm just using the translation from the Squared Circle Reddit that got posted 9 days ago. So take that as your this is a fan translation on Squared Circle. So your mileage may vary about how accurate you think it is, but it doesn't seem like there's any like crazy things in there that I don't think that's translated correctly. Paul, do you get to look at the summary?
Yeah, but it was a while ago, to be quite honest. I don't exactly remember like the details of it.
Mm-hmm. So let's just start off with the. So this is by Tokyo German. Do you know Tokyo German?
No.
I don't know. Probably a German guy.
Does that mean he's a German guy living in Tokyo?
That's how I take it, right? Because he translated this. I don't. But he didn't like. He wrote his own translation summary instead of just posting like Google Translate of the article.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, then it might be like a German guy living in Tokyo. I'm sure next time I'll try to find them. I'm sure it'll be easy in a town of like 40 million people.
Yeah.
That is the size of Northern Ireland.
So according to Fukuda, after 9 years of losses, they were in the black for the first time in April 2024. Now that's interesting because the turning point was the Oda Award show on March 30th, 2024, where Yuma Anzai took the Triple Crown from Katsuhiko Nakajima. It was said that the new era of Young All Japan had arrived and it started to show good attendance. So are they basically erasing the fact that Nakajima popped attendances
yes,
like 5 months before that?
Yeah, I think they kind of are.
So it's fair to say that
Nakajima he's not coming back.
I was going to say Nakajima made that company profitable, kind of, sort of.
But again, it's funny because it appears that this is literally because we were like, right? Because our thing was like before and was like Nakajima, amazing wrestler, terrible draw. And then we were kind of eating crow during like this whole like All Japan run where he had, where we were like, okay, maybe we were wrong about him not being a good draw. And then no, it seems like this was just a like case of just lightning striking correctly for once, where it was just this perfect blend of him drawing and being great in the ring. And then he became a nothing draw like the moment he left the company.
Yeah, well, I mean, you also have to think about like
the circumstances of like
why he left. Kento.
Yeah.
No, not why he left.
Kento as well. Yeah, people wanting to like have the Kento storyline. Yeah.
Right, but like Nakajima also played a perfect character while he was there too.
Yeah. Oh, right?
No. I mean, as much as the Inokiism or XX style blew up in his face, like, do you remember how people
did draw the crowd?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was in the building.
Oh yeah, his entrance at that show, incredible,
amazing. It's still my favorite match I've ever seen live. It probably will be for like there needs to be something really amazing to like get like become better than that one.
This is justice for Katsuhiko here. He's getting thrown under the bus for making All Japan profitable.
Now, to be fair, he did get them sued by like the Inoki family, threatened. Almost, yeah. He did at least get them a cease and desist, but it was an amazing storyline that popped houses.
Yeah. Although I think it's probably actually a pretty good thing that Anzai was the guy that he dropped the title to, because that actually sort of kept the momentum going, because you had the fresh young star instead of.
No, that was absolutely the right call. Yeah.
Yeah, that would start, even though the match was very weird. So, next paragraph here. Fukuda has watched AJPW since he was a child and does not want it to perish with him in charge, where a big part of Japanese culture would be lost. I agree. Instead of doing events at big places like many might want to do, or try to double profits, he wants All Japan to grow bit by bit, he says. If you raise prizes and try to get all the money your customer has, they will stop coming to your events. A long relationship to your customer is much better, according to Fukuda. That's Japanese style business thinking that does not exist in the West anymore.
Oh no, it absolutely is not. It's like extract like the maximum amount of money in like a short period of time, and who cares what happens after that? Because I'm probably gone as CEO, so I don't care.
Yeah. So I think this is an interesting comment. Usually, All Japan was a company running a top-down format, but currently is bottom-up. Usually, an employee will come to Fukuda and ask for permission to do something, and he gives the okay. And then he talks about if you go for profit maximization, everyone will have to obey orders from the top, and the organization becomes paralyzed. Now, all workers and employees can give 100% of their potential, according to Fukuda. He does not see profit as the main goal, but customer satisfaction. They see something that fits the ticket price, they will surely come again. Now, my question is, does he mean that this is a philosophical turn of more recent vintage, or he's always run the company like this?
It is a curious question, right?
Yeah,
I think it does seem like it is a bit of a change, right? Because we had that kind of I think that I do think he has changed as a human. I think
yes,
the death of his wife, right, was very much an inflection point there. Because I think All Japan prior to that is run very differently from the way it's run now. And then you had that brief intermezzo where he kind of went. I mean, he has said himself that he kind of went insane briefly there.
Yeah, and
kind of was he was literally mad with grief, essentially.
There was a mini exodus.
Yeah, and All Japan basically not working with anybody because they pissed off everybody. We still don't know what he actually did that pissed off everybody else.
I think it was the Inoki thing.
Was it the Inoki thing?
I think so. The timing is the same. It could be a combination of Inoki thing and Fukuda's erratic behavior. I mean, that all comes up together, right?
Because then you also have the whole relationship of actress girls getting announced out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which I think actually the Suwama exodus is because of that, because then it was well, no, I want to
he wanted
evolution people on here. Yeah.
He wanted evolution to be the focal point of the women in All Japan and everything like that. But the other question is, well, this is the question of how one runs a wrestling company, Paul, because I think there's some people in that company that when they do their own thing, they do stupid things.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's the other thing I was thinking of there immediately. Where I'm okay, in theory, I am very I do think it's a good idea to kind of let people do their thing. But
when you talk about this in regards to Go Shiozaki, very good, great, amazing, awesome. When you talk about this with Yuma Aoyagi, less so.
No, not less good idea, yeah. Because then he's gonna want to do comedy. But again, I mean, there's only so many. I mean, he's saying that people from below come to him with ideas, but I mean, it's obviously not that everybody's ideas are equal.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If Shota Kofuji comes to him with an idea, and Kento Miyahara comes to him with an idea, and you can only do one of them, then you're gonna do Kento Miyahara's idea.
Yeah. Do you think Hokuto Omori came into his office wearing that horse mask? It said, "Hey,
here's the thing. I think Fukuda actually would like that. I think he strikes me as a guy that would think okay, that's hilarious."
Yes, yeah, I agree. He probably thought the horse mask was hilarious. I laughed, admittedly, the first time I saw it, but then it became
yeah, then it just kept doing it.
Actually, I want to bring up Hokuto Omori and again in a second. So if there was one big next goal, it would be to completely sell out Korakuen, Oda Ward, and Yoyogi's second gymnasium with no available tickets left. Well, you can do that in Korakuen these days.
Yeah, I was about to say they've already done that in Korakuen.
Yeah. In places bigger than this, the special attraction of All Japan and the effect of having the biggest heavyweights in the toughest fights might get a bit lost. Well, yes, but you'll run them if you could. Fascinating paragraph here. There were some scandals this year which hurt the image of All Japan, and there are fans especially talking about stuff outside the squared circle. But Fukuda sees the main focus of AJPW in the ring and loves to see the fans go home with a smile, talking about those about the matches. Now, Paul, what could he be talking about here?
Sorry, my connection actually cut off for a second there.
Sorry, I was going to say, what could he possibly be talking about here?
But no, sorry, with the quote, my headphones are.
Oh, well, it was really the first
sentence.
Did you hear the thing about the scandals?
That there were a bunch of scandals.
Okay, no, wait. So here's what it says. There were some scandals this year which hurt the image of All Japan. And there are fans that especially
sorry,
outside the squared circle.
Obviously, it's the Yuma. Yeah, it's the Yuma thing.
And Yano.
Oh, yes. that too.
I mean, those are the only thing that I could call scandal,
Yeah. I mean, from last year would be like, obviously, the accident, but
Sorry. Nagao.
Yeah.
Taishin Nagao. And I get that. I forgot about that. That's a scandal for sure. But look, none of this stuff seems to have affected things once Anzai shows up on The Bachelorette. Okay, but to grow, Fukuda does not only try to please existing fans, but they're also targeting fans outside the usual wrestling bubble. All this led to the unexpectedly great results in Ota Ward recently with over 3,000 fans, thanks to Yuma Anzai's participation in The Bachelorette 4 on Amazon Prime. A great and intense champion carnival and the work of the roster, including the foreign workers, Odyssey, Zion, and Talos. So I guess Fukuda must have put them over in the interview, which is interesting. Of course, they're not running the really big places like other promotions, and those may laugh a bit about the small scale All Japan, but he doesn't see anyone as a rival promotion, as All Japan is unique in what it does. Actually, I would say that's mostly true. Fukuda hopes after 9 years of losses, they can have 10 profitable years in succession with the old giant Baba motto: the fan is the most important sponsor.
I mean, it definitely doesn't sound like he's looking to like sell the promotion.
I take that also as he's not looking to sell.
I mean, unless he gets I'm sure if like some company comes in and makes him like a good offer, he's not gonna say no. But it doesn't look like he's actively looking to sell.
Yeah. Well, look, so this is the interesting question, and I'm gonna pivot to this. Paul, have you seen Anzai's all these photo shoots he's doing now?
I assume like they're like very much to like geared towards like female audience generally.
Of course, which is a good thing. And I guess my question is though, how long can you have him just being like a guy that is challenging for the All Asia tag titles? I'm good.
Yeah,
like, are you concerned that he should be moving up the card a little more?
It is something that I actually threw around like when I recorded last week as well, where I'm like, is this actually the correct decision or not? Like, I mean, because you can also make the argument of like, sticking your course, like if you have a story in mind, to not wanting to jeopardize that long-term story for this like short-term gain, right? And maybe it works out if you just keep him in like, that he has a belt around his waist and is in like a relatively prominent spot on the card, but it's risky, that's for sure. It like you could like, it definitely is like a thing that's like, oh, you just like push him like straight to the Triple Crown, right? And you just really cap it, like you prematurely do it before you're even planning to do it, and like you're just really capitalizing on this like popularity that he got out of the show. But then obviously you have to scrap whatever plans you had for the Triple Crown prior to that.
Yes.
And
well, also brings the question is, are you trying to pop like, what would be a record, 4,000 or 5,000 people at Yoyogi at the end of the year?
Yeah, which probably makes more sense if you can keep him hot until then. And he challenges there, right?
Yeah. It just feels like that's where it's going, because Kento is at 7 defenses, and I believe he said he wants to break the record, which is he holds at 10. And well, given the way that All Japan books now, it's not going to be hard.
He's not losing to Ren Ayabe. So.
He's not losing to Ren Ayabe, especially in Kobe.
Yeah.
With all respect to the people of Kobe, but it's Kobe Samba Hall. It's not like if they were in Kobe,
I've been there. That's not really an arena you want to do it like title change in.
If they were in Kobe, I would actually increase the chances of that happening.
Yeah.
To be completely honest. Okay, so he's got 7 defenses. He could easily he could break the record and then go into Yoyogi, having already set the record and dropping it to Anzai. And you've also have that story going on. So do you just let it play out? I mean, I was a little like getting a little worried, like, what are you doing with Anzai? But maybe you kind of just want to do this.
I mean, that's the other thing, like, right? Like, he put like the All Asia tag titles on him, and then he has something to do until then. I mean, that's kind of what they've already done with him previously, right? When they put him with Rising Hayato.
I know, but here, okay. I think that if you are making Anzai to a heartthrob, you should have just kept the team with Hayato.
With Hayato, yes. But then the problem, obviously, because this is where I'm thinking that they at least they threw out their plans for the All-Asia title.
Kofuji is also another good-looking young guy, but he doesn't have the emo aura of Rising Hayato, for lack of a better term, shall we say?
No, you can definitely make way better Futoshi baiting books with Anzai and Hayato than you can with Anzai and Kofuji.
Of course, they did their photo shoots together. They're out there.
Yeah, no, that specifically I saw the box that they put out, that's exactly what they were doing. But that's also where I'm thinking they did actually, throw out their plans for the All Asia tag titles. Because obviously the plan there was that Hayato and Atsuki win the belts after this long thing where Dragon Gate held the belts and all of that.
Yeah.
And then it would be weird it would be weird if you don't capitalize on the Anzai momentum at all and he just loses the titles. But then it's also weird why did you just do this long thing with Hayato and Atsuki and then for them to immediately lose the belts? But I think that's also the reason why they couldn't put Hayato and Anzai back together, because Hayato was already wrapped up in this whole team with Atsuki Aoyagi that they were planning to then rematch with the Dragon Gate guys. So that's why I think he ended up with Kofuji in the end.
Yes,
because they were because it might also be a thing where maybe they wanted to do actually Anzai and Inoue, and then Inoue getting injured derailed that plan.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I could see. Again, in a way, I think Anzai as a team would have been much more interesting vibes, especially given their rivalry that was from last year and everything.
Yeah. And again, they very clearly wanted to push Inoue and all of that. And then it was basically, it probably was just quite literally a case of well, who are we going to put him with? Because we don't want to put him with Yuma Aoyagi, and we can't put him with Hayato. And I don't think they want to put him with Honda for storyline reasons. And at that point, who's left really that they could team him with to go for the All Asia titles? That would make sense. There isn't really anybody left. You're not going to put him with a Havoc guy. You don't want to put him with Go. You don't want to the Saitos don't make any sense. So really, the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced that the plan was to put him with Ryo Inoue, and they had to pivot to Kofuji. Because it was just quite literally either Yano or Kofuji, and I'm glad they went with Kofuji instead of Yano.
Yeah, I just don't see them also doing the title change either, though, to be completely honest with you.
Because Kofuji is, but that's still, obviously he's not going to get pinned in that, but I think that's definitely getting risky of,
Yeah.
Of, him, that, potentially derailing his momentum.
I mean, honestly, he should have pinned Suwama in that match at Korakuen instead of Go.
Yeah. I mean, I get, again, it's one of those things where it's you stick with what your original plan was, which was very clearly Go getting that win.
Yeah.
But
I guess, look, if you, in professional wrestling booking, you generally should stick to your plan, but sometimes you got to swerve.
You have to pivot.
You have to pivot. I think ultimately, pros and cons, you do your SWOT analysis, you just stick to the story in this case, right? You just keep making sure that you get Anzai those magazine covers, which I mentioned. Anzai just posted a new magazine cover that he's on 5 hours ago on his Instagram from Era, or it's AERA, Era, or Era, or whatever you want to. I don't know how that's pronounced in English, but he's there looking very handsome in a pinstripe suit.
Yeah, it's actually also something that I talked about as well last week, was about them, right? Keeping, giving the win to Go and everything. I mean, again, we have no evidence of that yet, but just based on the way the reactions were during that match, right? Where early on, it was very clear that a lot of people were there only for Yuma Anzai.
Yeah.
But by the end of that match, at least it felt like a good chunk of them were also cheering for Go Shiozaki. So I'm actually really quite curious, because All Japan put on such a good Korakuen show.
Yes, that's the thing. How
many of those people are coming back, right? Because they just saw an amazing show. And there's probably a decent percentage of them that are just going to be like, okay, maybe next time they don't come back as like just to see Anzai. Maybe they come back as just like All Japan fans.
Yeah, well, that's clearly part of the strategy and like what the long-term play and all of this is. I mean, how could it not? I mean, that's the same.
Oh yeah, of course.
Anything, but I mean, in All Japan's case, they've been very good since Anzai has become a bit of a heartthrob. So that's good there, right? At least they are putting on like some of the best shows they have in years, right? Just in terms of once they now have new eyeballs on the product. So I think that's the strength there. There's always a part of me in my gut that says, oh, well, look, you just pivot and you just stick everything on him, because he's the top guy now and he's the celebrity crossover and everything like that, right?
No, for sure. But then I think there is a thing to say about that. It's just that it will be a major disruption. And it is kind of the thing, right? Like it's like short-term gain versus potential long-term gain. Right? It's like you can definitely like short-term book him in a Triple Crown match, have him like pop a house with that. But then it kind of like just fucks up whatever plan because it's also like, if you want to pop that house, then you also need to be able to book a big enough building on short notice.
Right.
Right, like because you obviously weren't planning for like a big house like this, so you don't really have any like major buildings lined up. So it's like, do you really want to like waste that number on like a Hurricane where you're gonna sell out or get close to selling out anyway without that? So maybe that's why I'm thinking, maybe it is just the smarter thing to just stick with it. Hope that you can keep him hot for like the next 6 months and then really pop a big number in Yoyogi. Especially now because you're up against like head-to-head basically against Noah. So you really need a match for that show for people that people really want to watch. Because you have another big show that is essentially running head-to-head with you against you. Like, it is next town over. It is in Yokohama. But it's still like a case of like, for example, all of the like traveling fans will have to make a choice. Do I go to Noah or do I go to All Japan?
Well,
so you want something on top to do that.
Question for you, Paul. If you are staying near the Tokyo Dome, what's easier to get to, Yokohama Butai or Oda Ward?
I think if you take the express train, technically Yokohama, but
yeah.
So the problem with Oda Ward as well, so I actually have never been to the Buntai, so I don't know how bad that walk is. The big problem with Oda Ward is that you have to fucking like walk for like quite a long time from the station to actually get there. So if you're asking me which one, like, do we know, are they in Oda Ward this year or are they in Yoyogi? I thought they were in Yoyogi again.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, they're in Yoyogi. I'm mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, if you're staying if you're staying close to the Tokyo Dome, you go to Yoyogi. It's so much closer. It's like night and day. It's like 10-15 minute like travel. Nothing.
So all Japan has the advantage there for
yes, absolutely. Like it is way more convenient. Like if you're staying in central Tokyo, no doubt, like Yoyogi is like much easier to get to. Like to give people an idea of like where that arena is located. It's basically like you can draw like basically like an even-sided triangle between like that arena, the Shibuya Scramble, and Harajuku.
There you go.
Right, like it's central Tokyo. Like
yeah.
So no, like in terms of convenience, All Japan has a massive edge over Noah in that regard. But I think it's still like if, let's say, Noah somehow cobbles together like a better card, then you need something. Like you can't just rely on the fact that it's more convenient for people to go there. Because if the other promotion just has a much better card, then people might still go, yeah, but maybe it's less convenient for me, but I'd rather go and watch the better show.
Right.
But if all things are equal and you have equally good cards, then no doubt I'm going to All Japan. Like not even a debate.
I mean, realistically, what are your possible Noah main events on that show? Like it's got to be Ozawa versus Inamura or Ozawa versus Kitamiya or Kiyomiya. Yeah, sorry. Or Inamura versus Kiyomiya, right? Like there's not.
Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah.
Unless Wada-san makes a shocking return and jumps.
I mean, that might happen, right? Like it's not gonna be back like during the summer, like because he's still like booked for a bunch of stuff in Europe. Like I'm actually going to a show next weekend, I think. When he's actually challenging for the GWF title. So I might see him win like I don't think he's winning, but I might see him win like a world championship.
Right. There's like I don't think Marufuji or any of the old guys are going to be the main event. I don't think it's going to be Kenta. No. And the WWE relationship seems to be dead.
Yeah, I mean it's basically
dormant.
WWE is yes.
Proper word. Yeah.
Well, because WWE is moving to Netflix in the fall. So at that point that relationship is just like I think it's probably already over, but it's definitely over by then.
Yeah. So I just don't know what Noah's going to have to. Well, it's good that they're running Buntai instead of Budokan. I think it's fair to say.
It's such a weird choice to like. I mean, it's probably that they just couldn't get like a good building for January 1st.
All right,
is my guess.
Or they didn't have a main event that could fill. I think that might have something.
I assume the Budokan just has something on December 31st.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Like, there's probably some big, exactly. There's like a big event there. But I'm also thinking that they couldn't get anything, like they couldn't get a good building on January 1st, and that's why they moved it to December 31st instead. Because it doesn't make sense to like move days there. I mean, then again, they've done it before, right? Like in 2024 when they ran it January 2nd instead. But I'm still suspecting that was a similar case where they couldn't get the Budokan for whatever reason, so they like move days essentially.
Well, I mean, that's going to be the question going on. Moving on from there and all the things going on, I will just give some very, very, very brief thoughts about the recent shows because I wasn't on the last episode. But Paul, I got to ask you a question. Did you watch that Monday Magic show or the
pay-per-view? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you did. You actually, I couldn't bring myself to pay for it. Not because I can't afford it. I could not justify spending like 3,600 yen or whatever it was on that show.
Yeah, it's
I didn't.
No, like definitely don't spend money on that. But like my final verdict on the show was basically like it was fine. Like it's definitely not worth paying for. It's definitely not worth paying the pay-per-view price for, but like whenever it gets uploaded to like Wrestle Universe as a like non-pay-per-view, right? Like yeah, you can like, and you have like nothing else to do on like a weekend or whatever, and you want like something to just watch. Like it's fine. It's perfectly acceptable for that.
So for Noah, I really enjoyed the Tag League finals. What can I say? I was so down on the Good Brothers, and now it seems like they're gone.
Yeah, now they're gone.
Bizarre, like Noah is Bizarro World. The Good Brothers come in, they're good, and then they just leave. When I'm like, I want more Good Brothers.
More Good Brothers matches. You're like the first person ever to say that.
I know, but I was very, very down on that. GHC title match against Ada and Dragon Bane, quite good. Not like super high end or anything, but I quite enjoyed it. And honestly, it goes up there on the list of best Ada performances in Noah because he was motivated.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally his hometown. If he's not motivated there, like where the fuck else is he gonna be motivated?
Yeah, because it's just it's so funny. He's Mr. Effort himself, right? Other stuff I enjoyed. Yeah, I like Marufuji versus Kondo for what it was. The tag title match. I mean, it exceeded my expectations. Max versus Naito and Bushi, and I'm glad that experiment is over.
Yeah. No, it was long overdue. Like, wasn't a very good reign.
It just doesn't. How much of what do you think? Did the Noah fans hate Naito because he's washed, or because they don't want him in their company, even if he was good.
It's definitely a combination of both.
Yeah.
Like I think if he was good, I think he would still get booed. Like I think like all of his like antics would still be treated as like heelish. Yeah. But I also think there's just also a very real element of people just not wanting him there because he's just not very good anymore.
Yeah. And him being pushed as hard as he has been.
Yeah, that's the other thing. When like he just comes in and is immediately like pushed to like the top of the promotion.
Yeah. And then the main event of that show, Shane Haste versus Tetsuya Endo. I mean, I liked it. I actually think it's the weakest Haste title match so far, to be completely honest.
No, that was my take as well.
Not bad. Ozawa, I think we know where this is going.
Yeah. No, it's very obvious that like this title reign is over now.
So what was the point of the? Even though it was good, people are still scratching their heads.
I think it was quite literally just like to convince him to come in the first place. Like he probably was like, "I'm only coming in if I'm getting the title."
I don't even know if he said that. I bet you he said, "I don't want to come in," and then they offered him the title.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. That's probably more like how that went.
But it's still just like truly.
Yeah. Why? Like the question then becomes like, why did you have to bring in Shane Haste?
Yeah.
And again, I've liked his matches. I liked his matches and all of that, but it's just kind of a baffling decision.
I cannot think of a title reign that's more baffling yet, because there's some baffling title reigns that are just shit. Because that's what in part baffling, because this person should have never been given the title. But I've never seen a title reign that's so baffling and like of decent quality.
Yes. Against a guy that hasn't really done anything in years prior to this. Like his run in like New Japan was really, really bad by the end.
Yeah.
And then like, no, he very clearly is like putting in the effort here. Like I don't even like the fact that like this was like the weakest match of the title reign. I also very much would like put on his opponent there as well, and not even him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I would put that on Endo rather than Haste there, because it was really like Endo just kind of like stumbling around the ring for the most of it and just kind of doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's pretty much my thoughts on Noah. And as far as All Japan goes, well, it's great. I don't have much to add that's already been said on this and other podcasts, really. Other than we talked about Anzai, right?
Yeah.
So let's close off real quick then with some previews, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
We've got, let's see here. We got the big show on the 18th. This Sunday, we got Aida versus Hayata. Paul, are you excited?
I mean, it's not like we're a bit past like the Hayata Winslow kind of meme and everything, right?
I think, yeah. I think Aida is gonna win.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really much of a point. Like Hayata isn't getting pushed anymore. There's really no reason to like I think this is gonna lead to like Eita versus like Daiki Oroshima eventually.
Yeah, that would be great. I think that's a good way to go. Okay, given what Noah has now started to draw in Korakuen, how do you think this show does? Aida and Hayata seemingly on the top of the card.
I mean, it is a Sunday at least.
It is a Sunday,
right? Like, because the other ones are were midweek Korakuens, but yeah, I don't
11 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I could see this drawing like a similar number to what they were drawing like the last couple of times. I still don't think it's gonna fall under 1,000, but it's also not really like one where like I can't see
gonna draw a good much number. More than 1,200 tops.
Yeah, no, because the 11:30 time slot is actually quite nice on Sunday, because you can just like go in, you watch the show, and then you still have like the rest of your day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I think they're still gonna draw well, because it is actually a pretty nice slot to have.
And then you got a clear title preview match. Got Shane Haste and Soya versus Ozawa and Sugura, which could be good. Could be just weird. I don't know how they're gonna book this. I feel like this is
and also Haste not teaming with his like stablemates.
Yeah. Well, I think a certain someone is just chilling in LA by looks of this card.
It's nothing to do, so he's just like, nah, I'm sitting this one out.
Yeah, and then we've got Kaito Kiyomiya versus Alejandro, And Yuki Ino versus Masa Kitamiya, which again could be good, could be, I don't know. It's like I can't make any confident predictions of this company, especially when you have Team 2000X guys in this thing. And then you got a 6-man tag that does look decent though, because it's Marufuji, Inamura, and Inahara versus Keno, Kazuyuki Fujita, and Hiroto Tsuruya. So that could be good. And then you got a 3-way tag match to get everyone else on the show. So you got Asuka, Daiki Odashima, and Yuta Koyanagi versus Super Crazy, Kid Lycos, and Kid Lycos 2. Strange. Tadasuke, Alpha Wolf, and Jun Masaoka. And then a 6-man tag match: Tetsuya Endo, Dragon Bane, and Takahashi versus Tetsuya Naito, Bushi, and Ryusei. So that is that. And then we've got a show on the 18th, which is sort of the big one. Inex Osaka Hall 5. How big is this venue? Oh, it looks more like a convention center than anything else.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty far out there as well.
Oh, I'm looking at the map. Let's look. Oh yeah, it looks to be on a man-made island in the bay.
Yeah.
In Osaka Bay. So I don't know how many tickets they've got. Oh, but I would assume that you could still get like might be able to get 2,000 people in there at tops, but not much more than that. But I mean, this is an interesting card because Paul, as though we're going to fall into its bad habits, because we'll talk about some of the matches on the show. So main event, obviously going to be Shin Hayes versus Osawa. We talked about this. We think we know what's going. National title match, Marufuji versus Keno. I think Keno will get something good out of Marufuji.
Marufuji was my number 3 vote for most improved of the half in the Omakase Awards.
Yeah. So he's redeemed himself after the Kenta debacle.
Yeah. No. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I voted for him.
Yeah. And then you've got Jonetsu Max versus Masakitami and Takashi Sugiura. An N1 participant determination ladder match. Oh, God. I did not realize this was happening here. I must have missed this. Tadasuke, Alpha Wolf, Jun Masaoka, Daiki Odashima, and Asuka.
Yeah.
Paul, who do you think
they set that one. They set that one up on the Kurgan as well. I mean, they set the ladder match up already, where it was going to be Daiki Odashima versus like Team 2000X, and then basically like at the Kurgan show, like Amaxa like ran in after like Odashima versus like Team 2000X, and then they set it up that like Amaxa is going to be in the match as well. But I really don't know what they're doing with this one. It's like, I feel like somebody's going to turn, but like I don't want like either Odashima or Amaxa to turn. I think that would be very fucking stupid.
Could they add someone to this before the show happens?
I mean, maybe, yeah. So like even it out even more, potentially. I mean, if they're going to do it, they're going to do it at the Kurgan.
Alpha Wolf's winning this, right?
I mean, yeah, but like the problem is the entire feud is built around Daiki Odashima and Tadasuke. Like Alpha Wolf is kind of just a bit player in this.
I know, but who do you really want in N1?
I mean, yeah, you want like Alpha Wolf and Ace, like because he's like the only like heavyweight. Because that's the other weird thing. It's like, well, okay, are the other ones that aren't like winning here like not gonna be in the N1 at all then?
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, like
Alpha
Wolf. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, it's a very weird match that they've built there. I don't understand what the point here is.
And then we got GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championship match: Dragon Bane and Alejandro versus Jackie Funky Kamei and Rita. Now we're talking. Should be good.
Yeah. No, that one I'm really looking forward to. Yes. I was actually also like thinking, so does this mean like Dragon Gate is going to work more with Noah going forward than All Japan? But yeah, we'll see.
Well, I'm not sure because we'll talk about these All Japan cards in a minute, and there's an interesting guest on them that I hope we see more of in All Japan. But so when I talk about will Noah go back into its bad habits, the final 2 matches are Tetsuya Naito versus Kaito Kiyomiya and Yoshiki Inamura versus Kazuyuki Fujita. Paul, like the young guys have to go over in both of these matches. I don't care.
Yeah. Although I feel like Kaito will be. Well, then again, you never know with Kaito.
It's just like this Naito thing is quickly entering diminishing returns. And I'm sorry, but Fujita should be putting over Inamura.
But it's,
under different circumstances, I could kind of make a case for Naito, but if he was healthier, and then like they run this back in the N1 or something, but not in his current condition. And Inamura, there's no argument for
no reason why he shouldn't win. Yeah,
Inamura should absolutely win. So that's why I said, are they going to go back to like 2021 Noah? Just the old guys running wild. So
let's see. Yeah, hopefully not.
Okay, and then so we got upcoming All Japan shows. They don't have a show again until the 11th, and then it's like one show a week after that. The show on the 11th is it's at Yokohama Radiant Hall, which they don't run very often. So it's a Yokohama Radiant Hall style card, but there's actually some really good stuff on this. So we got Reiki Honda versus Seigo Tachibana.
Yeah.
And then we got Hokuto Omori and Towa Iwasaki versus Kuma Rashi and Yuya Aoki. I mean, that's a sleeper match, actually.
That is actually a cool matchup.
Now, are we going to get more Iwasaki in All Japan? I don't know. He's someone that I've said they should bring in the past. Of course, Aoki, should keep booking him. No question about that. Then we got a junior heavyweight or PWF junior title and World Tag Team title preview match. Jun Saito, Rei Saito, and Mr. Saito Naruki Doi versus Daisuke Sekimoto, Hideki Suzuki, and Dan Tamura. Should be good. We've got a Yuma Aoyagi versus Musashi match. So that could be good if they want it to be. It's all up to Yuma. And then we got Go Shiozaki and Yasutaku Yano, if you're wondering why that man is in this company.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Versus Shitaro Ashino and Masaki Mochizuki.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's actually an interesting one, yeah? Yeah, that is actually a really cool one, yeah.
I would love to see more Mochizuki and Mochizuki Jr., to be completely honest, in All Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Although I think Inoue's injury might have kept Mochizuki Jr.
Yeah.
All Japan. They were such a great tag team. And then the main event is this is the semi-main too. So that's why I'm like, maybe Mochizuki will be sticking around. But main event's Kento Anzai and Shota Kafuji versus Ren Abe, Atsuki Aoyagi, and Rising Hayato. To obviously preview both of those type of matches. I think you should have Kofuji get like a surprise roll-up on one of the juniors. I mean, how else are you going to build the heat for this match?
Yeah, I mean, like, especially if you have so few shows as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah, there's only like 2 shows more before the thing. So, that's the show before. So then we jump the next week to Sunday, July 19th, another 11:30 a.m. Corkin show, which I believe is like almost all sold out now. There's only the South Rear. I think there's no standing room only tickets left, if I'm reading this correctly. Which is, hey, you got to run with it. So opening singles match: Shotaro Ashino versus Yasutaku Yano, and then another 8-man tag, junior tag: Dan Tamura, Hokuto Mori, Seigo Tachibana. Oh, right. Leon De Oro. All I'll say about this, if you want to be shoot trash, you can look at the All Japan channel and the Voice of Wrestling Discord. I think that's the agreement we arrived at.
It is impressive how quickly that one was figured out.
That was figured out so fast. And it's not like it's even a big name.
No, yeah, exactly. Like, it would have been one thing where it's like, oh yeah, it's this guy, obviously, who's like very well known. I'm like, okay, that's great that you figured out who this is. I have it's
this is
it's the fucking thing with like Lex Luthor pulling off the mask while he was like in the Flash's body, and it's like, I have no idea who this is.
Yeah, it's not even like this guy's a top indie worker in Mexico.
Yeah.
It's like this guy, but you can find his stuff on YouTube. I haven't actually got a chance to watch it. And I mean, Leon De Oro is like the most generic gimmick ever devised. You know, he's more.
It's also like a very quickly thrown together mask as well.
Yes. And then he versus Doi, Musashi, Yoshioka, and Yuya Aoki. I'll just bring this up now. Hokuto Mori is moving back to the junior division, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's very weird.
Am I the
big for that?
I was gonna say, am I the only person that thinks it's I just don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, no, it's not.
His best bet, stick him in a tag team with Yuma Aoyagi. That's my suggestion.
Yeah, heavyweight tag worker is like his perfect role.
Yes, I just think it's pointless, and you've got a junior division coming along fine without them. I mean, it's not big, but neither is the heavyweight division. It's all Japan. In 2026, I would just keep them. I would just keep them as a tag team partner to a bigger star in the heavyweight division, right? So yeah, I don't like that, but whatever. It is what it is. I don't think it's like a disaster or anything. And just I just think it's not the best use of it. Third match. This feud continues. Paul Suwama and Hideki Suzuki versus Go Shiozaki and Yuma Aoyagi.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a good one. Yeah.
Think Suwama pins Go here to set something up in the future? I mean, they have
something. They have something building there. Yeah.
They have an Oda Award in August, and why not a semi-main of Go versus Suwama?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And then whoever wins their challenges.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
And then we got another Triple Crown build-up match. Bizarre teams here. Well, now the one bizarre team here: Kento Miyahara and Kuma Arashi versus Red Ayabe and Reiki Honda. Strange.
Yeah.
And then semi-main is the All Asia Tag Team. So you got Atsuki Aoyagi and Rising Hado versus Yuma Anzai and Shota Kafuji. And the main event is Jun Saito and Rei Saito versus Kengo Mishimo and Daisuke Sekimoto for the World Tag Team titles, which honestly, I think it's fair to say that the return of the Saitos as a tag team, I kind of trust them more now to have good tag team matches than I did even a year ago. And I certainly trust them to have better tag team matches than singles matches.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's just more like I'm a little worried if you want to run with them like as like longer term champions, if their bodies can hold up.
Well, I mean, Jun's injury was an orbital bone. That's a freak thing that happens to a lot of wrestlers. I'm not worried about his health, at least in the short term.
Yeah. But Ray, I don't know.
Yeah, Ray, I don't know. His shoulder is forever taped up now. Yeah. Right, one of those injuries. And then on the 22nd, the Shinkiba show, which it's all sold out. So that's where we are with this company right now. First match, Jun Saito versus Yasutaka Yano. Second match, Rei Saito versus Shota Kafuji. Oh, God. We got Leon de Oro versus Senor Saito. The Battle of the Luchadors.
Something like that.
6-man tag match: Shotaro Ashino, Hokuto Mori, Dan Tamura versus Kumarashi, Seki Yoshioka, and Seiko Tachibana. We got a Triple Crown preview match: Kento Miyahara, Go Shiozaki, Rising Hayato versus Rena Abe, Hideki Suzuki, and Musashi. And the main event, this is a great main event. We have the new period reunites here with Yuma Anzai and Ryuki Honda versus Yuma Aoyagi and Atsuki Aoyagi. Circle your calendars, folks. That's a main event. That's a great Shinkiba main event too, honestly.
Yeah.
And then the 25th Kobe Sambo Hall, we got Jun Saito versus Shota Kafuji, Shotaro Ashino and Kumarashi versus Musashi and Seki Yoshioka. So this is basically a Wrestle 1 match. Atsuki Aoyagi, Rising Hado, and Yasutaka Yano versus Hokuto Omori, Seigo Tachibana, and Leon de Oro. 6-man tag: Rei Saito, Hideki Suzuki, and Yuma Aoyagi versus Go Shiozaki, Ryuki Honda, and Yuma Anzai. Who takes the fall there? Probably Honda, but
yeah, it's the thing.
And then your world junior PWF junior not tag had a match: Dan Tamura versus Naruki Doi. So good. I expect good things there. And then main event, which I think is a real question. I want to see how far Ayabe has come, where he challenges Kento Miyahara in the main event. Paul, what do you think? Do you think the match will be good? Do you think it's going to show some growth from Ren? What do you sort of expect from this match?
I mean, I'm not going to expect a match of the year quality match, right? But I mean, it's Kento, so there's really also a fairly high floor on how bad it can be as well.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say it's going to be better than the Kuma Arashi title match. I think it's going to be better than the Talos title match, although that one I'm uncertain of. Mm-hmm. But I think it's going to be around where the Talos title.
I could see it being a little better than the Talos match, and definitely better than Kuma Arashi. And then the very next day, they have a show in Gifu at Juroku Plaza, and then we got opening match: Yuma Anzai versus Shota Kafuji. Hideki Suzuki and Dan Tamura. Paul, listen to this team.
Hmm?
Hiroki Murase, which you may remember as, do you remember who that was, Paul?
No.
Udamaro.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
And he's teaming with Jack Kennedy.
Oh yeah, that's random. Oh right, it's summer. Right, school's out for the summer, right? So
Yeah, school.
he has time to go. He has time to do wrestling again.
What a jobber team. That is like a
Yeah.
WWE
Oh yeah.
superstars jobber team.
Yeah, no, that's like already in the ring.
Yeah, already in the ring. Absolutely. 6-man tag. Jun Saito, Hokuto Omori, and Leon De Oro versus Red Abe, Rising Hado, and Musashi. You got Kento Miyahara and Seki Yoshioka versus Rei Saito and Naruki Doi, which actually can be a lot of fun. Singles match, semi-main event, Go Shiozaki versus Shitaro Ashino. Havoc explodes.
Well, I mean,
it already
Go
has,
left
but
Havoc. So
yeah. I'm pretty sure Go's going to win. I could
yeah.
quickly say that.
When is Ashino going to take that time off that he wanted to take off?
I don't know. I swear to God, he said he was, right?
Like he said, right? Like I at this point, I'm starting to think I will like Mandela affected that never
Or
actually
it was
happened.
a bad translation. I don't know.
Maybe.
Main event is a 6-man tag title match, which is Roki Honda, Kumarashi, Seigo Tachibana versus Yuma Aoyagi, Atsuki Aoyagi, and Yasutaka Yano. So that's your main event of that show. I would assume that the champions will be making a successful title defense on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's all Japan looking good, strong business. Every show is sold out or close to being sold out. Korakuen is standing room only, and I think those standing room only tickets are going on sale the morning of, so you cannot buy them ahead of time, according to the ticket site and everything like that. So, Paul, any closing thoughts? Who's the MVP of All Japan this year? Because I think there's a couple of interesting candidates.
I would say Go.
Yeah, I say Go too.
I mean, here's the thing. I did vote for Kento as like second overall in the Flair Fest for the Omakase half-year awards.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is the guy on the top of the promotion, right? He is the champion. He's the guy in the drawing position. But I think in terms of like having like the biggest impact on the like promotion, like basically like compared to how it was last year, it's like bringing in Go has made like a massive difference to All Japan.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. What about Anzai though? Because I think he's also has to be talked about. And look, I know it's a cliche, but also Kento because he has been champion all year.
Yeah. No, exactly. So Anzai, I'm still like because his biggest thing is like something that happened outside of the promotion, really.
Sure, but he's drawing.
He's drawing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. No, MVP is not pure drawing, but that has to be factored. Paul, how about my dark horse candidate? You know who my dark horse candidate is?
Seigo Tachibana.
No. Well, that's a good one, honestly. Talos.
Yeah, you know what? I can see that argument.
But
no, that definitely does make sense.
That's like half a joke. It's like half a joke, but also like kind of true.
I mean, I voted for him as like second for like most improved.
Yeah, that's definitely a good. That's definitely a good one. Actually, I also got to go vote in the Eastern Layer half-year awards, and I'm voting for Talos for best foreigner.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Like, come on, like, Zack Sabre Jr. has been cycled down. I guess we could vote for Callum Newman, but I would argue that Talos has had a bigger impact in All Japan, even though Callum Newman has won the title. And I am a Callum Newman. I'm a Callum Newman defender, but that's just my sort of partial joke. But I mean, Talos really has sort of influenced the company in a number of ways, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh yeah, no. Like as tag champion, like and all of that. No. He has had like, because it's also like still like fairly new as well.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. We went way longer than I thought we were gonna go, but I think we had a good talk about Joe. Good, interesting talk with that Fukuda interview, and then just talking about the previews, getting everything up. So, again, just rest in peace, Joe, and to your best wishes to your friends and family. Just so incredibly tragic. I can't believe he's gone, really, type thing.
That sucks.
Yeah. So from there, we'll be back in a couple of weeks, obviously, because we've got a big July to get to, but it doesn't really kick off until the middle of the month. So, in about 2.5 weeks from now, you'll hear from us again. So take care out there and enjoy all the wrestling out there. Bye.
Hello, do you like New Japan Pro Wrestling? Are you a Shin Nihon freak? If so, check out the Super J-Cast with Joel and Damon on the Voices of Wrestling Podcast Network.
And even if you fucking hate New Japan Pro Wrestling, listen to the Super J-Cast anyway. Not just for our great show reviews, analysis, and pastrami sandwiches, but there's also usually some dick jokes somewhere in the obligatory opening 30 minutes of absolute nonsense we chat about every single week. That's the Super J-Cast for all the best talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, crisps, and pornography.